All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, The Modern World of NFTs from Silicon Valley to the country of Georgia. I really hope that I know the modern world of NFTs and what it means after our webinar. I'm Levan Beridze. I'm the Consul General of Georgia in San Francisco. It is a pleasure to be hosting our speaker, Irakli Mikiashvili, who is also known as Mikiashvili, as well as all the attendees of the webinar. During our webinar, we will have the Q&A session where the participants will have the opportunity to ask questions to our speaker using the question box located on the screen below. Or we will also have the option you will have the option to raise your hand using the button on the bottom of the screen, and we will give you the opportunity to unmute yourself and ask the question directly. Now, let me begin by thanking our speaker and all of you for expressing interest in our virtual conference. We have a very interesting discussion ahead. And I hope that all of us will have a better understanding of the Web 3.0, the NFTs, and the benefits that this transformation brings. Before I introduce our speaker, I would like to briefly underline the importance of innovation and technology development and how our relatively new representation here on the West Coast serves the main purpose of being at the center of this development here, especially in Silicon Valley. Now, in Georgia, the ICT sector has been targeted by the government of Georgia as the leading sector of interest, investing heavily in the creation of the innovation and technology ecosystem in the country, which in turn supports an effective development of tech startups and strengthens the overall business environment. However, I think it is impossible to lead an effective transformation of the country without the appropriate knowledge, expertise, and reliance on best practices around the world, and especially on the access of vast resources available here in the United States. We, as an official representation of the government of Georgia here in California, and especially in Silicon Valley, are tasked to tap into these invaluable resources and facilitate this exchange of knowledge and expertise between our countries. As we see today, the world is rapidly shifting to the digital era and developing higher value added economy. The digitalization is reshaping our economies and societies, and it seems that it is only a matter of time before everything around us might become automated and virtual. I feel that recent global pandemic challenge has certainly accelerated this process and increased the role of emerging and smaller markets, such as Georgia, even more. Given, I guess, going even further, we see that the world is moving to a more advanced technological innovation now based on decentralized data networks, edge computing, and artificial intelligence. Now, I'm glad that our speaker today will offer his views and share his experience on the development of Web 3.0 and the creation of the NFT space, as well as give us a rundown of the project that is in the pipeline, that they have in the pipeline. I'm sure we are all excited to hear about that. Now, let me introduce Irakli Mikiashvili, or as I mentioned, Mikiashvili, is an entrepreneur. He's an angel investor. He's the founder and CEO of Level Up Silicon Valley, and now Web 3.0 creator. Mickey is a Georgian American living in the Silicon Valley for the past 10 years and has invested in several companies in various sectors. He has been investing in blockchain technology and gained substantial experience in the cryptocurrency space, and has now ventured into the NFT space by participating and creating several NFT projects, such as the one that we're going to be discussing today, eMorb, as it is being prepared for the launch. As I know, eMorb is the largest Georgian NFT project so far, and Mickey, please correct me if I'm wrong, but and we look to many more to come as the technology evolves further. And now, again, without further ado, Mickey, please tell us how you see this new decentralized universe taking shape, and what are the key elements for effective development in this space. And I would also encourage you during kind of your presentation to also speak about the eMore project and what it aims to accomplish and what its ties are for Georgia. So please.
My camera is on, but I'm not sure if it's visible.
Yes, we can hear you and we see you.
Okay, perfect. So hi, my name is Mikiashvili. Thank you for having me on this call, first of all, and thanks for being interested in this new exciting world that we are all just learning. So to quickly tell you about myself, I mean, I've been here for a while. I've been investing in a lot of technology companies and a lot of new exciting things, just like you mentioned. And NFT and Web3 is something that's totally new to the world. It's not just new to the Republic of Georgia or anything else. It's just new thing that just came out. It's so recent that in this field, even the experts, so to say, are the people who are literally learning as we go. So just by being a part of this process and part of this progress really means that you are one of the innovators. You're one of the pioneers of this field. So you get involved either today or tomorrow, or you got involved a couple of years ago when all of this started. You are still a pioneer. Just to understand, I just want to make it clear that people understand that NFT field and NFT space and Web3 per se is not something that's been for 15 years and 20 years and 30 years and just coming out. Like, this is literally just getting created as we speak. This is a blank canvas that we have of the ultimate reality, or ultimate world as we call it, and all of us literally are taking just as much part in it as anyone else. All of us have the opportunity to take just as much part in it as anyone else, and this is the most exciting part about it, that it doesn't care who you are or what you do or how long you've been involved in anything else. Like, you can literally start from scratch and you will be part of this greatest innovation of the decades to come. And this is really exciting, because nothing like this has ever happened. Nothing like this has shifted the technology and the world towards something so new and so exciting that damn near no one really knows what it is. This really reminds not just me, but everyone else, the 90s, when the internet was coming to the world, right? And the people were talking a lot of bad things about the internet, and then the magazines were putting out the articles how bad was the internet and how bad it was influencing everyone, and how bad it was for the environment and for the population and for the humanity per se. And this is very similar to what's happening right now, right? I mean, we got over that fact and we realized that the internet is something that we cannot live off without, right? This is something that is necessary for development, and this is what's happening right now. What's happening right now is creating the Web3. So Web2 is what we are in right now, and the Web3 is where we are going right now, right? So what Web3 provides for the world and for the users is pretty much decentralization of your assets, decentralization of your personal data, having the ownership of what you do, what you create, and who you are is what Web3 provides. For example, and during the Web2 times or today's world, anything you post on your social media is not owned by you. It's owned by the social media or the big corporations, let's say either Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. So it's not owned by you, the content itself, right? With the Web3 development and with the Web3 being in today's world, you connect your wallet and you give only certain permissions to the platform wherever you're joining. You're joining not with your username and agreeing to some terms that, yes, you can use my information, and yes, you can sell it, and yes, you can do whatever the hell you want. But with this new world, with your wallet, you're giving only certain permissions, that you are the owner of your information, you are the owner of your assets, whatever is in your wallet currently. And there's quite a few different types of wallets that you can have. So what this gives us is gives us the power, right? Power to the people is what pretty much Web3 stands on. The main thing is that people misunderstand the Web3. The Web3 is not some kind of against something. It's not being created against something, right? It's created to give this power to the people, to give the understanding of people that something that I create should belong to me. Something that I create either if it's art, or either if it's a music, or either if it's anything like that, I do have a right on it, and I do have a right to get the royalties on it. I do have a right to control where it goes and who listens or who sees or so far and so on. And as the time goes by, I should be getting the royalties as well because I created something like this. So in today's world, the way we are is, for example, as an artist, right? You put out your song on YouTube or Spotify, you get penny to the dollar, and they control what they do with the song. They control where they put it out rest and so far. And so you're pretty much giving them all the opportunities that you should have as an artist. In today's world, you decide where it goes. Not necessarily actually today's world, but where today's world is heading to right now is heading to you decide as an artist, as the creator, to give the direction to your art or to your creation. So that's a really big deal, and it's not just the financial piece, but it's not just the financial part that you will be getting paid more as an artist, but it's the freedom of directing your creation. Other than that, what's very important and exciting part is that Web3 doesn't care where you are. Right. So in today's world, it doesn't matter where you are. Either you are in the United States, Silicon Valley sitting, or you are in Africa, or you are in Republic of Georgia, or anywhere else. You have equal opportunity to create something and to give it to the world. You never really had this opportunity before. You never really had an opportunity as an artist, for example, if you're a painter, right? You never had this opportunity to show the world your creations. Yes, you could post on Facebook. Yes, you could post on somewhere and so far and so on. But in today's world, you can actually sell it and give the ownership or distribute this ownership to the people without actually being in the center of the world. You don't have to be in Paris now to be good in fashion. You don't have to be in Silicon Valley to be developing some insane, crazy ideas and technologies. You can literally do it from anywhere. And this is the most beautiful part about it. And this is what really gets me excited about, for example, our country, Georgia, that now we get equal opportunity to do exactly the same thing as for example, our fellow friends in Silicon Valley, and not be judged by your location, because it doesn't really matter in today's world. And this is really, really cool thing that a lot of people are really excited about. And the excitement brings more ideas. Excitement brings more good things to happen. Right, Web3 gives us the opportunity to help each other. Web3 stands on the fact of helping each other. One of the main moving parts of Web3 and NFT space is that we should help each other. The understanding that NFT space is immense. It's not congested, right? Like today's world, it really is. It's just getting created, as I mentioned before, and you just have to be part of it. You should take a part of it to tailor it to your needs, to tailor it to your kids' needs, to tailor it to where you think we should be in 10 years and 15 years and 20 years, because this what we do today is the baseline, is the basement of where the world will be in 10 years. And not necessarily me or you per se, but all of us together, what we're creating is going to direct the world where it's going to go in next 10, 15, 20, and upcoming years.
That's amazing. Very exciting overall. The reality that we have to face. I think the interesting part is that we are all part of shaping this new reality.
Absolutely,
right? As what you were saying, and I think that it's the tremendous information that we need to kind of take in, analyze, and see how we can most effectively apply it to everyday tasks, whether it is or to kind of to the development in different aspects. So Mickey, thank you very much. That's very interesting
sure.
here. I would like to encourage our attendees to ask questions to Irakli, to Mickey, and but and we have the button on the bottom of the screen where you can post your question in the Q&A, and also a button for raising your hand. Well, we will again give you the opportunity to post your question or ask your question by unmuting you, and you can post the question directly. But I would like to kick it off a little bit and kind of dive a little deeper into the conversation. What would you say, I mean, what moves the NFT space? I mean, you touched upon that, but maybe you can also elaborate. What is the baseline of it, and why are people so excited about this new world, as we call it? What does it bring to the real world, right?
It's a great question. So what moves the NFT world is the first thing is the excitement, right? The excitement that something new is going on. Something new is going on that has never happened before. And just being part of it is really important, and it really makes you feel kind of accomplished. What happened a few years ago, roughly less than 10 years ago, actually, was the crypto market, right? The people got excited. People didn't know what was coming, but we had a base understanding of where you would head the world, right? And this was very controversial thing, right? The crypto coming. Like, what do you mean? Where is the dollar going, right? Where is the euro going? And this misunderstanding and the lack of information resulted in not a lot of people jumping in straight ahead. When people jumped in was when people realized there was a lot of FOMO. FOMO is a fear of missing out, and it's a very popular term in today's world, and not just the decentralized world, but in general. And fear of missing out happened when we realized that, you know, everyone was making fun of Bitcoins and all that stuff, right? Oh, it's a 1 penny, it's going to go to the dollar. Oh, it's a dollar, it's going to go to the zero. It's a $100, it's going to go back to the dollar, blah, 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 right? Today, we're dealing with one of the strongest currencies in the world, right? We just found out actually recently that Ethereum's market cap is much higher than Visa. Visa has been on the market since like 1950s or 60s or something like that. Ethereum's been on the market for 8 years. We are dealing with a revolutions like on a daily basis, on something new coming so strong that pushes back the big corporations. And this is what decentralization is about. And it's not necessarily, you know, we hate everyone and let's put power in us, but this is just an equal opportunity. I want to have the equal opportunity as the big corporations. You want to have it. Everybody should have it. I should not be dependent on a museum if they post my art in order to be successful. I should not be dependent on if I'll be able to go to Italy in order to show my art piece to the world known whatever artists or art buyers. I should have the opportunity to do it from wherever I am. I should not be as a musician looking for the manager for years so I can get a pennies, but I should be able to manage my own creation myself. And in this decentralized world, have this power to direct this the way I want and get the actual royalties, right? So what's so exciting about it is that first of all, this is very new. Second of all, not a lot of people know what's going on. And you have to really dive into it really deep to realize what NFTs are. NFTs are not JPEGs. NFTs are not a joke. First time when I heard about NFTs actually was from my current business partner, Godfather, who was trying to explain me this. And I genuinely, like, as soon as I hung up the phone, I told my wife, I was like, dude, is it okay? Like, what is he talking about? And then it's funny right now because I am fully involved and fully invested in this thing. But this is the initial reaction that everybody should have and have. So what is an NFT? Oh, it's a JPG. Okay, I'll just right-click save, right? This is not how it works. NFT is not a JPG. It's not a right-click save. It's something. It's a technology itself. It's the Web3 itself. So what use can you find for your NFT, right? For example, one of the, some of the most important projects, right? If we'll talk about, they offer some kind of utility. And what utility is that integration into some kind of game, right? Of your NFT. Utility is into developing into moving character, into developing into whatever 3D art or being exclusive, something that you can use only on your, even as your PFP or a profile photo. This is something that's exclusive. Now, a lot of social medias added the verify button. So when people people thought that, oh, you know what, I can just right click save and put it on my profile photo as well. No, you can't do it anymore because you have to actually verify the asset ownership by connecting your wallet. So this is also something cool. Like, you know, like this is my unique piece of art and no one else can have it, right? Other than that, obviously I can resell this art. I can actually rent it out, this art. I can do whatever I want because it belongs to me. The ownership rights is to me. So you get, for example, in my project, right, on the eMorb project, we do have a full IP rights that we give it to the customer or actually the buyer, right, the community member. So once you buy the NFT, for example, one of the eMorbs, that will be over 7,000 of it, and it will be unique pieces drawn by hand. But so you buy one of the eMorbs, right? So you purchase, you mint it, whatever you want to call it. So you get full IP rights. What does it mean? Once the eMorb becomes much bigger brand, once it becomes the world-known brand, just like, for example, Bored Ape Yacht Club became, right? Just like CryptoPunks became so far and so on. Once it develops to that level, you have all the rights to use your NFT the way you want. For example, you can brand it and put it on your clothes. You can do a clothing brand, for example, in today's world, you can do a clothing brand using your own Bored Ape. So one of the most popular collections today, the IP right belongs to you. Bored Ape actually gives you the IP rights. That means that I can make whatever, the bottles, stickers, I can make the clothing line, I can do the car wrap or whatever I want. And this is my own brand and nobody can say anything. So I can get these royalties and I can use it in so many ways that it's just insane amount of ways you can find. For example, you can use the video clips. In my opinion, a lot of music videos will be using NFTs in the future. You can use your Bored Ape as you, for example, right? Your 3D version of you, because
you're buying the complete rights. I'm sorry.
You're buying a complete rights. Yeah, you're buying all the IP rights, so you can use it the way you want, and you can sell it, and you can rent it, and you can rent your name even. You can rent your trademark per se. So it's a really cool thing that needs to be understood properly with the eMorbs as well. So for example, right now we're working on a clothing line. Our designers are working, and whatever the eMorb you will mint, the custom one, you will get the clothing package or a swag package of that eMorb per se. But once the eMorb is yours, it's your IP rights. So you can do whatever you want. There's just so many ways you can use it, and one of them being using as your avatar in a metaverse, right? So you can do the integration of in the metaverse, and you can actually walk around as your avatar in the metaverse. You can attend parties in a metaverse, and so here's the thing: like a lot of people think that this is like, oh, this is so far. No, it's not. It's literally right here. It's literally right here, happening right now. Either you want it or not, and it's your choice to take a part of it today, or just become a part of it in a few years, because you will, because this is what's happening. Just like what happened with the internet, just like what happened with the crypto market, right? We all made fun of it. I was not there during the internet. I couldn't make fun of it, but I mean, crypto was funny. When I had the first customer in one of my companies coming in and paying $100,000 with cash that he made on a Bitcoin, that was roughly like 7 years ago or 8 years ago. I was like, what is wrong with these people? And these people, invested their $1,000 that their grandpa gave them. This was a 16 years old kids, and they made fortune. And this is what's happening now.
I'm
like
sure
I'm sure you've been there too. I loved it.
I mean, it's been a first reaction to most people. I'm sure that when they hear about it.
I'm not ashamed of it. Yes, I'm not ashamed of it. This was my initial reaction too on the NFTs too. Until you dive in deep and realize what it is about, you can make as much fun as you want. Another good thing about the NFTs and what's really exciting about the Web3 world is how we treat each other. In today's world, you post something on your social media or YouTube or whatever you want, and you're gonna get mocked. You're gonna get a lot of questions asked. You're gonna be you gotta be roasted. Like this is the reality of today's world. What Web3 stands on and the NFT stands on community. It stands of helping each other. It stands of supporting each other, right? It stands of giving the right advices to each other, and it's not necessarily that everybody's so kind. There's a lot of problems in this space as well, and we'll touch that, the security problems and the hack attacks and so far and so on. We'll talk about it, but the idea of Web3 and the idea of NFT stands on helping each other, stands on guiding each other through this world. And this really makes me feel good, for example. And this really makes a lot of people feel good. In this world, we're trying to make sure that people understand how approachable we are, right? As a creator, you get a lot of questions, you get a lot of DMs, hundreds of DMs, you get a lot of calls, you get a lot of people who really want to find their way. And I'm not going to disregard any of those messages. I'll get to them and answer because I want everybody to be involved, because I want everybody to realize what it is and realize the opportunities that this new world gives to you that you never had. And again, even in this project in Emorb, we have team of over 15 people right now.
Can you
Sure.
talk more about the project itself and
sure.
also
Sure.
what it aims to accomplish?
Sure. So, me and my team, like, we've been involved in quite a few projects and made them pretty successful. Gosh and AP have been in the business much longer than I have, but together we've accomplished quite impressive stuff. So when we started talking about this new project, this is actually the idea of Zuka Kobakidze, who is an amazing artist from Georgia and my good friend from childhood. And when we talked, me and Zuka, about this project, and like we were discussing stuff, then we discussed with my partners here in Silicon Valley. And when we were talking, we're like, hey, dude, like, we gotta make this Georgian project, and we have to hire everyone Georgian. And then I was like, okay, let's do the research. And we started doing research. And in this research, we found out that there's not a lot of information out there. We found out that there is not a lot of information in Georgian per se. There is not a lot of people who know the space and are approachable. I'm not saying that people don't know the space. A lot of people do, and a lot of people do want to be involved. And I met amazing minds in these times, and I had a lot of conversations with people that literally blew my mind with their knowledge. But we made sure that we would be approachable. We made sure that we would teach others what we know. And the way we're creating this team too, all I need to see is the desire to be involved. All I need to see is your heart and soul involved in it, and we will teach you the rest. Like, we're trying to educate you. We're giving you all the information that you need. We can get on call anytime you want, and we'll teach you this stuff. So we decided to go like all Georgian in this project. And one of the main ideas to educate the people and to give this hope that what this new world is gonna bring, right? And to give this idea that, hey, like, who is this guy? Like, I heard about this, some whatever, the successful businessman or creator or stuff like that, but how can I get a hold of it? Just DM me, and that's how you get a hold of me. If you want to talk to my partners, just DM them, and that's how you get a hold of them. We created this Discord server that I don't believe that's ever been created in Georgia in this manner, right? And in this Discord server, just in a few days, we already have over 1,500 members, very active community. And what we're doing here is every day for a few hours, we interact with each other as we find the time. We answer every question that they have. We help each other, right? It could be some question that, for example, I don't know the answer, right? For example, some technology part per se. I'm not a tech or developer or anything like that. But we do have on the server people who are killing in this game, who know development, who know the technologies inside and out, and they will respond for no charge. Obviously, there is no questions asked, there is no mocking, there is no, hey, like, what the hell are you asking? No, like, you have a question, okay, we're here to answer. And this is the environment that you kind of want to be in, especially considering the Georgia mentality. Like, I haven't been living there for a while, but it's not very friendly in that sense. Okay, so when you ask the question, like, most of the people gonna respond to, just go Google it, and this is not the answer you're gonna get in the community, right? We are trying to change it. Like, we have a question, we have an answer. That means that we're gonna answer you. That means that you gotta feel just equal. It doesn't matter what I achieved or you achieved in your life, or how old are you or how old am I. We are on the same page. We are trying to learn this new field together. We are trying to break into this new space together. That means that I'm going to answer every question that you have, and you will do so as well. So this is really cool to me to see how from 0 to 1,500 very active community members got created in just a few days. And these people, like days and nights, are trying to help each other, trying to give a good word to each other, try to give the positive vibes. And hey, like, you're doing great, I would change this, or hey, like, you know, you should do this and this. And this is what creates the successful society. This is what creates the successful projects, sharing ideas and giving the reasonable feedback to each other, right? So this is what we're trying to do with this project. So what project is itself is the EMORBs, right? EMORB stands for emotion orb. So orb is this some sphere that has no emotions or no soul, and we're trying to give it to it. So it's a combination of multiple emotions on each EMORB. Each EMORB is hand drawn by Zuka, our amazing artist. It's going to have different accessories, different traits, different rarity tools, so far and so on. And as we create this as a part of the project, we decided to give it back. And what giving back means in our idea is to share our profits, share our income. And we decided to choose few charity organizations in Georgia and give a helping hand. By doing this, there is the idea that we stand for, right? As I said, is the helping each other. And by doing this, we clarify what we mean helping each other. We clarify where we stand in this space and where we want to go. We want to make sure that we motivate people to help each other. We want to make sure that we motivate people to share what you make, right? So we allocated over 100,000 Larry to help women fighting breast cancer, for example, right? It's a sensitive topic for me and for a lot of community members as well. And it's something that we really wanted to do. And Web3 gives us this opportunity. I never had this opportunity. Yes, I've found some success in quite a few companies and so far and so on, but it's a very corporate world that we live in right now. And it's very tough to do things like that. Especially, I'm going to say, not so good thing probably, but in this country, especially when you do a charity donation, it's a tax write-off. Either if we want it or not, right? It's a tax write-off. So there's this extra motivation that motivates a lot of business owners, including myself and everyone else, to do these charity donations. On the other words, in a Web3 and decentralized world, there's no tax write-off. There is no tax write-off, especially for the different country donations, right? But this is what we want to express, that this is not what motivates us. Tax write-off is not something that motivates us. What motivates us is to be part of some kind of change, and this change would be helping ones that need. So another company or charity organization that we partnered up is Superhero G, and they're helping the kids. They're helping kids who the foster kids pretty much, and it's not just the financial help; it will be also the mentorship. So we promised this company, this charity organization, that we would do the mentorship as well for these kids. We would provide, first of all, a decent amount of financial support, and then we will provide the mentorship. So these are these things that we get the opportunity to do, and our community to be part of it. So our community is a key factor in it. So if we don't have community and if we don't have their support, this is not going to happen. So you as a community member have a clear understanding what you're doing and why you're doing. As you're supporting this project, you're also supporting those in needs. You're also supporting development, being these technologies in your country or anywhere else. You're supporting our webinars, for example, that we're going to do, our free classes that we're going to do, the free educations that we have to provide with people that we promised. So these are just some of the things that we do with this project. Other than that, there's several levels of development of this project, which would be, for example, either metaverse initiative, it will be AR integration, so far and so on. But the main idea of the project has to be understood, and this is not just the unique pieces that you can put as a profile photo, even though I do believe that our pieces are pretty amazing and you can find yourself looking at them, but you're also being part of this good that you're going to do. You are also part of this future education of the future generations. You're also part of the future development and making it future development for metaverse initiative. You're also part of the AR integration that's coming, and you're also part of the DAO that we are planning on creating, which is decentralized, pretty much financial organization. And these are the messages that we have to the public, and these are the messages that we would love to be understood properly in this project as we move forward. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's
Sure.
it looks like an interesting project, and I commend you for your initiative to
Appreciate
support the charity organizations in Georgia. And I wish you all the success in the project. And what is very important is that not only does the project support community development and give back to the society. In that sense, not only does it commit the financial resources, but it also gives the educational aspect, right?
Sure.
I mean, the people will through the project, through the Discord that you mentioned, through the communities that you create, they will have the opportunity to kind of speak with each other, exchange knowledge, exchange expertise. And that's, I think, where the development happens, right? The most effective development. Now, I have a lot of questions myself, but I see that it's we have quite a few questions coming in from the attendees. One of the questions was that came in about the risks, the challenges associated with this space. I mean, with this new technology.
That's a great question.
What is this? Yeah, and what is the security aspect of it? It says if somebody steals, there's a lot of scams going on.
Absolutely.
How do you know? How do you protect yourself? I mean, what are the mechanisms that you put in?
That's a great question, and probably one of the most important questions if you're trying to break into the space is to understand how the security of the space works, to understand where the evil lies, right? If we can say so. So as this space is new, just like everything else, when something comes new, there's a security risks, right? There's a questions: am I gonna be safe? Are my assets gonna be safe, or my investments? And the answer in a nutshell is yes and no if you don't know how to secure them. And what I mean under that, so Web3 stands on the blockchain, right? The decentralization and the blockchain. So whatever you buy, for example, you buy NFT, it's on the blockchain. In order to hack the blockchain, it's a very complex it's a very complex thing to do, and much more complicated than hacking your email or hacking your social media account, which is much more simple thing to do than the hacking the blockchain. So in a nutshell, it's damn near impossible, unless somebody goes extra mile and does a lot of work, which is hundreds and thousands of times more than breaking into your email. So if you feel like your email is safe, if you feel like your social media is safe, if you feel like your bank account is safe, then you should be very comfortable getting into the Web3. You should be very comfortable trusting the blockchain. Now, where the problem is. The problem is in scammers, not necessarily hackers. So what scammers do is scammers understand that society is not very well aware of what they're doing. And this very important part. What I mean under that, so when you get into NFT space, there's most of the people get into it rushing in, right? Hey, like I heard this guy sold this whatever X NFT collection for $10,000 that he bought for whatever $300. So I need to get in it today. Instead of me going extra mile and doing a research how to get into the space, ask the people who know, for example, either us or a lot of other people who really know the space. Instead of doing that and doing your due diligence, you're just jumping into the space. Okay, I created a wallet, blah, blah, blah. I created this account, and okay, I bought this NFT. Now what's happening? Scammers are already there. And what scammers are doing is scammers know that you don't know what you're doing. For example, you get an email, right, or DM or anything like that, hey, like I'm offering you this $10,000 collection for $1,000. Connect your wallet. By connecting your wallet and giving a permission, you're pretty much giving them permission to wipe out your wallet. And the scammer with a decent amount of knowledge can do it quite easily. But you're given the permission to do this. So if you are educated enough and you know not to answer the spam emails or spam DMs and how to act on Discord, you are very safe. For example, there's this Discord is where everything is going on, and Twitter for probably for this space. And on a Discord, you might get a lot of DMs. For example, I encourage all my community members and remind every day. Actually, we have a bot set up that reminds every day not to open their DMs. We do not answer DMs. We do not communicate with people through DMs. Then why? Because it's very easy to create same or similar server that looks exactly like mine or yours and send a DM. Hey, like if you want to mint this EMORB instead of whatever the X amount of money that it costs, I'll give you the half off. Just click here. And a lot of people do. And a lot of people do because, again, what kicks in is the fear of missing out. Oh my God, like this is my only chance to get this item for whatever 10x less.
Yeah, a lot of information is there telling you that
exactly.
you are a part of this 100%. Very small circle.
And it's so sophisticated that because scammers been in a space much longer than the people who got in today. I mean, these people know what they're doing. Again, it's damn near impossible to hack through the blockchain and get your assets per se, but it's very much possible to spam you, to scam you, right? To give you this DM, the hey, like click here and whatever. It's also very comfortable for them to take over the website link that looks exactly like yours, but there's whatever one digit changed or one letter changed, and you just click it and you try to purchase something. So the bottom line is, if something is too good to be true, there is 100% chance that it's a scam. Literally 100% chance. If in a real life we have a 1% chance that it's not a scam and you might get lucky from those spam emails that we get every single day, thousands of, there is zero chance in NFT world that if something looks fishy, it's probably fishy. If something looks way too good, it's wrong. If someone is trying to sell you item that's on the market, is sitting for $100,000 and they're offering you the whatever 10 grand, it's most likely a scam. So just don't
right, but you have to do your research. You have to do your research. You have to get in, and you have to.
Simplest thing you can do is just be very careful with the links that you click. Just be very careful what you are connecting your wallet to, and what you're giving, what kind of permissions you're giving certain websites, right? Yeah, so that's the bottom line.
And I think having, being part of the communities, the certain communities that are being created 100%. Definitely helps, because members of the community can give you advice, and you can share the information and kind of have a discussion there before you make any decisions on that.
And that's what we encourage our people as well. I mean, our community members and everyone, as a matter of fact, on the social media, hey, please ask us. Like if something looks good, if something or anything, just send us the DM or send us the, type in a general chat. Hey guys, like, what do you guys think? And we'll give the idea. It's not just my server. There's a Facebook group, the NFT Georgia, that I just became a part of as an administrator, and the guys are doing an amazing job. They have over 11,000 members there, and there's a lot of cool questions and a lot of discussions. And this world is happening, and this world is creating this very, very talented groups of people that are there to help each other make money and succeed. And this is the most beautiful thing I've seen in quite a while of my life, and I'm just loving it.
Great. Irakli, we have more questions coming in. So I would like to ask Lasha Kheladze raised his hand. Mm-hmm. So we will unmute Lasha and allow him to post his question directly.
Sure.
If he's with us. Katie, can we do that? All right, Lasha, you're on.
Thank you very much. Is my voice clear?
Welcome. Yes, we can hear you really well.
At first, thank you all for such a great opportunity for this webinar. And well, my question, I'm also very new on this field. I found out about this project just a couple of weeks ago. And basically, I'm trying to somehow foresee or estimate the possible possible expansion of the information about this project, especially in Georgia, where the reality is a little bit different, with this like devastating degree of nihilism in the society, especially for new projects, new inspirational things like this. And this is why my question is about the next phases of the project development. I understand the charity issues, which is the most touchable, so to speak, and most grounded part of this project. But I'm also more interested in the plans of the next phases, which will be also some kind of touchable, so to speak, advantages or privileges
Sure.
or flexing, as Mike says, for the community members of this project.
Sure.
And yeah, that's all. Thank you very much.
So thank you for the question, Lasha. So to answer your question, it's actually a great question and very important one. And I encourage every single person who's trying to get into the space and make any amount of purchase for their NFTs to do the due diligence and find out what this project stands for. Some of the most important things about the project that I've been saying on the social media and on our server is that the project has to have some kind of
I think we lost you, Irakli. We lost you.
Okay.
We can't now.
Okay.
We can hear you again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So some of the most important thing, one of the most important things in NFT space is definitely a utility. Utility meaning what this project can offer you after you make a purchase, right? So what are the plans? What are the phase 2 and phase 3 and so far? So the phase 1 is obviously creating the community and getting to know the project and letting people know what's going on and so far and so on. So what we are trying to do in the future and what our plans are. I want to clarify one thing first, that a lot of people think that NFT, a lot of people actually that think that NFT is not just a JPG are going for the fact that, NFTs should be integrated in games. And it's a great idea. NFTs will be integrated in games and are getting integrated in the games. And one of our projects is actually working on a game currently. But in my idea and my understanding as a non-gamer person, I'm not a fan of video games per se, and to create a very, very legit video game that's going to attract a lot of attention and raise the value of the project, it's going to take tens of millions of dollars, which not a lot of NFT projects have, if any. So we're not going for the gaming development per se. What we're going for is the utility in metaverse, but not necessarily in a gaming way. For example, one of the things that we're working on in our development pairs are working. For example, when you're trying to show your NFT, you're with a group of people and you're trying to show your NFT, right? So what do? You just swipe your phone and this is the photo of my NFT and this is of my photo, whatever, right? So it's a very simple way to show each other your NFT. So what we're doing is the AR integration. What AR integration stands for is the augmented reality. So as you and I hang out, right, and you show me your NFT as your home screen on your phone, me as the eMorb owner can show you the AR version of it. So augmented reality, I can actually make it alive in the room with us, make it the life size and get it to sit on the chair and do whatever I want. So that's one of the cool things that we're working on. And the one thing that I do believe, honestly, that's gonna bring a lot of attention and a lot of cool factor in the project. And a lot of people are gonna get excited about it, and a lot of people are excited about it. Another thing is that we're working on is the metaverse initiative. Metaverse initiative doesn't necessarily mean the game per se, although it can be part of the game. But what we're working on and what our developers are working on is creating the metaverse version of it. So for example, the avatar that can be used in metaverse. So something that you can be walking around with as an eMorb in metaverse, something that you can be showing off and making it actually alive. Another thing that we will be working on is creating the clubhouse in metaverse. So that would be the holders only place where you can actually go hang out, show off your NFT art, do a museum piece there, and so far and so on. So we're working with a couple of companies in developing the clubhouse right now in a metaverse. And again, these are the phases as we go and develop the project, right? So this is, for example, the phase 3. Another cool thing that we're working on, and I do believe it's a very important thing, is creating the DAO. Just like I mentioned before, the DAO is, if we look at it in a simple way, DAO is the corporation, and token holders are shareholders. So for example, everyone who holds the eMorb NFT will get a token, so that that is pretty much the asset in the company. So you're part owner of the company by becoming part of the DAO. And as the company develops in the future, as we develop new features and as we develop new collaborations and new ways to grow, your assets grow as well. So that's the investment part in the company, right? So just like the NFTs, as you hold the NFT that you purchased for X amount of money, as the company grows, as the hype grows, as the interest grows and the utility grows, your price of your NFT grows as well. So it's a future investment, right? So there's quite a few things that we're working on. The white papers, which is the detailed listing of the things that we're working on and the phases that they're on, will be released in the next couple of days. Our team members are working on it. The roadmap is already on our website that you can see more or less detailed, kind of like a bullet points of where we're going. But the white papers will be released in a few days, and that will be really interesting piece that you can see. One of the things that we're working on, as I mentioned also, is the designing the clothing line of eMorbs that will be holders exclusive. So as an eMorb holder, you will get a swag with our design on it. So that's also one more cool factor that you can brag about as the owner of and the part of the project. And as we grow,
the possibilities are endless.
Absolutely. And as you grow, you develop more and more stuff like that. So we are working on a collaboration with quite a few big NFT projects that's also gonna get the word out and make it more attractive for a lot of people. So as you're a part of the, for example, like Nike did, or actually Adidas did with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and created their NFT project. So we're working on collaborating with some big brands and some big NFT projects. So that will be also released in next upcoming days.
Nice. Irakli, very interesting. Like I said, I mean, possibilities are endless. We do have just a follow-up question to what you were just talking about, being part of that community. A lot of our attendees, participants are asking how to join the Discord community and how do we find the right communities to become part of.
Sure.
I'm guessing there's a lot of due diligence that needs to
Definitely
happen for that, but what would be your suggestion?
Definitely. So as an NFT project, just like that, Discord communities are just insane amount, and they're just getting created every day in and out. So in order to find the right Discord community, in order to find the right project, you definitely do have to do your research. So make sure you find out who stands behind it to start with. Like, for example, me per se, I try not to get involved with the projects that we don't know who stands behind. And it doesn't have to be necessarily the person per se, but what company is working on, what they have done before. For example, if we talk about one of the most important projects that has ever made, Bored Apes, like their owners were just docs, so just announced who are they, but right before that, we knew that the Pixel Vault is working on. Pixel Vault has created many successful projects, so you can invest in that part that Pixel Vault is working on, right? So when you're working on the project, just find out who's the founder, like what have they done in their life, not necessarily just in the space per se, but like what they have done, what they have created, what is artist been doing, right? Is artist someone who just downloaded the iPhone app and creating something, or someone that's been working on something for their life, someone that has dedicated a lot of time and a lot of love to it, right? So this is something that you have to do your own research. This is something that is necessary in order to find the right project. And obviously the most important part is the community. You have to find what kind of community they have. What are they talking about on their Discord? What are they discussing? How excited they are about the project, right? Don't necessarily look at the numbers of the Discord community members, right? I mean, I've seen multiple Discord communities with 30 and 40,000 community members that is dead all day and all night, and nobody's talking about anything. I've seen Twitter accounts with 100,000 plus followers that most of them are bot accounts, right? So in today's world, one of the ugly things is also that you can really easily buy followers, really easily buy community members. I think the 10,000 Discord members is roughly around $150. $150 for the NFT community is nothing. But for example, the projects like we are and a lot of other projects who actually want to stay genuine and want to stay honest to the community, we installed a bot that kicks out bots. if it makes sense. So we want to make sure that every single person that's on our community is there for a reason. And the reason to be that they are supporting the community, they're supporting the project, and that's why they're for. I don't need numbers. We don't need numbers. We decided that as a team that we don't need any kind of bots. Even if anyone tries to bring us the bot, we don't want that. Like we don't need it. We need to show the people that we're organically growing, and that's what we stand for. I don't want to stand for something that's fake. I don't want to stand for something that's unreasonable. And I think that's gonna get us to where we need to be.
Well, good for you, Irakli. Good for you.
Thank you.
I think we have a few minutes left, and we have a lot of questions coming in. So I'm gonna try and also
Sure.
pair them or kind of combine them. But one question was also which I thought would be interesting to know. What kind of a knowledge do you need to have of crypto space to get into the NFTs? Is this something that you see as a prerequisite, meaning that you have to kind of learn this to understand?
Very good question. Yeah. Very good question, and very legitimate question, and very important question, actually. So I have been investing in crypto for years and years. It doesn't mean necessarily that you have to do as well. So you have to have a basic understanding of crypto. You have to have the basic understanding of, most importantly, blockchain, how the technology works. If you don't understand how the technology works, it's really hard to legitimize yourself in the space. It's really hard to get to know where you should go, what direction to take. So as the level one or step one, you should Google what blockchain is. As the level two, probably you should Google how NFTs are created, right? NFT, again, it's not just something that you take a photo or draw it and it's NFT. No, once you draw something, that's an art piece. Okay, once you create a music, that's an art piece. To make it into NFTs, it has to go on a blockchain. It has to be minted on a blockchain. So it has to be attached to the blockchain. So in order to really deeply understand the space, yes, you should learn about cryptocurrency. Yes, you should learn about Bitcoin. Now, yes, you should learn about blockchain, right? Yes, you should learn about a lot of things. Another really important thing is that NFT lives on a blockchain, right? So this blockchain can be, right now, the most popular ones are the Ethereum blockchain, Solana blockchain, and Tezos. Most important ones are, most popular ones right now are Ethereum and Solana. So in order to again succeed in this field, you should probably learn why Ethereum, right? Blockchain, and why Solana blockchain. What Solana blockchain offers me as a creator, what Solana blockchain offers me as the user, and what Ethereum blockchain offers me as a creator and as a user, right? So right now there's a huge difference between the blockchains. For example, is that one has a gas fee, which is the fee that you're paying. It doesn't matter what the price of the product is itself, but you're paying a certain amount of gas, and I can explain to you later as well. And the Solana, for example, doesn't offer you the gas fee. On the other hand, like Ethereum is much more popular platform. So, for example, this OpenSea that everybody knows, Ethereum, it's an Ethereum platform, right? So, so you should learn the basic things about the blockchain. You should learn the basic things about the crypto. Well, at least you should be able to create a crypto wallet, because without a crypto wallet and crypto exchange wallet, you're not going to be able to make a purchase or cash it out. And we get a lot of questions about it, like, hey, how we create this wallet, how we attach this, and that. And actually, as a matter of fact, we are posting a videos later today, how to create a wallet and how to attach it to your accounts, and how to do it, how to mint the NFT, and so far and so on. So this basic knowledge we will be providing as well to the customers, and it will be in Georgian, because there's an immense amount of YouTube videos and the information in English. So we kind of want to do the same in a Georgian, and to be more understandable for everyone. So yes, the bottom line is that you definitely have to have the base knowledge, like let's say the middle class, like a middle school type of level knowledge of the blockchain and cryptocurrencies in order to succeed in this field. But there is a ways to just do it and hope for the best, which usually doesn't work out, but there is always the way.
Well, let's hope that everybody's listening in and is going to try it, does their research. Sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
So we're almost at the time. I do want to ask, we do have participants from the diplomatic community here, from the consular corps, from San Francisco. And I think everybody would want to know what your view is. How can the government, what is the, your perspective on how can the government assist, or should it? Should it,
Sure.
should it promote
very
this, or should it
legitimate
assist in the development of this space?
Very legitimate question, and very interesting, and very sensitive topic, as a matter of fact, in the community, right? In the Web3 and NFT community, it's a very sensitive topic. There's a lot of aggression towards it, and there is a lot of so there's a two types of people, right? Hey, why government is doing nothing about it, and why the hell government is doing something about it, right? So in a nutshell, you can't please them all, just like everyone else. In my understanding, and I don't want to get any kind of backlash from anyone, and hopefully I won't, but in my understanding, government should not be involved per se, but government should be assisting, for example, to create a knowledge of it. Government should not be blocking, for example, the cryptocurrencies from the exchanges. Government should be legitimizing the new world. Government should be legitimizing the acceptance of the crypto. Government should be legitimizing the knowledge and the classes, for example, in some way. But government and the huge corporations, in my humble opinion, should stay away to be directly involved in this. The best thing the government can do for their name and for to get more love from the people and the legitimate love is just to legitimize this system, just to legitimize these new things, but stay on the side in a way to not get involved in a direct creation of the Web3, because this is a decentralized world. And just like the banks, right? The banks, in my opinion, should not be involved in this, even though a lot of banks are getting involved, and they might do a lot of good things. But if you're going against the idea of it, so if YouTube will get involved in a music NFTs, that's unfair. If Spotify will get involved in a music NFTs, that's unfair, because you're just showing me that you want to take a piece of the market, but you're not showing me why you're doing it, and you're not showing me that you're following the idea of the decentralized world. So in a nutshell, yes, government should be involved in a way that to keep everyone safe and to keep everyone educated, right? That would be the best thing the government can do, and will get a lot of love from the community and from the people, but should stay just on a distance, not to be directly involved.
So from the perspective of promoting a liberal economy, just letting the private sector do its own thing, but actually making the environment where the businesses can thrive and where the ideas can actually grow. Irakli, thank you very much. I think we went over our time limit, and thank you for your time. I know being in the community and being part of the, creating these projects is very time consuming. So I really appreciate your time and sharing with us your thoughts. One thing, I know that there's a lot of questions, and I apologize that we weren't able to get to everyone and answer everybody's questions, but Irakli, maybe in the chat box or in the
I would love to.
I don't know if we can share it here. But share.
I can type either try to answer the questions on the chat, or I can type our Discord, and I will answer all the questions there. But either way, I would not want to be any questions unanswered and any concern.
But if you can share the information of how can they pin you, or how can they find you, whether it's Twitter or
I'm very easily accessible. I'm very easily accessible. You can find me on any social media as the Mikiashvili, or join our Discord, and I spend quite a decent amount of time with my community and answering questions. So I will type in the Q&A my information, so anyone can reach me on my social medias or the Discord account, and I would love to answer any and every question and concern.
Please type it in the chat box. I will ask Katie to open it so all the attendees can see any information that you would like to share on just the contact information, or if there are any follow-up kind of questions that our participants can reach out and continue.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Levan. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you inviting us, and have a good day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.